It's exciting Elizabethton Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join the Cyclone Network and yours truly Tuesday night. It's basketball homecoming, crowning basketball homecoming queen for the basketball season against Sullivan East. We'll go on air at 6:15 with the Lady Cyclones. Boys game to follow, video and audio. It's homecoming. Pretty girls and handsome guys this Tuesday night against Sullivan East. It all starts at 6:15 right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Cyclone basketball. And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live on the road today. As we are, we're here in the land of the Buffaloes. We like coming to the orange, black Buffalo land. We're going to be here talking to some of the coaches here. We do this once a month, showcasing all the productivity as the university has with the kids of about 1,200 youngins, and they crank it out. The Deward Walker Trophy right now, we're in first place of all the schools in the Appalachian Athletic Conference based on our fall sports success, and so that's worthy of talking about right out of the chute. And then one of the hottest teams on campus, the men's basketball team, he's here. He's going to join us coming up here in just a second. Coach Bill Robinson. Got some folks in from swimming, in from bowling. Had a young lady bowl a perfect 300. Her name was Horton. I knew the last name was Horton because, yeah. Emily Horton from Milligan rolled a perfect 300 in bowling. I don't think I've ever bowled for 3 hours and hit 300. So this lady did it in one match, I guess, whatever, one round. Tells you how much I bowl. Don't even know what the terminology is, but the bowling team's red hot. So a lot of good things going on here at Milligan. Let's get it started, as we always do, with the national anthem. Then Coach Robinson, Bill Robinson, going to join us. Talk about his red hot basketball team. We've got it tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, let's do this right here. Tell you what we've got tomorrow night. We got the Cavaliers coming. It's an exciting doubleheader of Milligan University basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join coaches Phil Worrell and Rich Aubrey this Wednesday night from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, video and audio, as the Montreat Cavaliers come to town from Montreat, North Carolina. The Lady Buffs get it started at 5:15 with the men's game to follow. It's a basketball doubleheader this Wednesday night versus Montreat here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball.
Can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad strides and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular amongst birds singing up, yeah.
And back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, you can't go wrong with Chris Stapleton singing the national anthem. I can tell you that right now. It's pretty good stuff. Hey, we're joined by the head coach of the Milligan men's team. We're here in Milligan, as you see in the backdrop. The land of the Buffaloes. What, 1,200? Is that right, about 1,200 kids?
1,200, yep.
Yeah. Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Good, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. Anytime I can talk to Bill Robinson, it's a good thing. I was reading some of your book last night. I loved it.
What'd you think?
I like it. Like it a lot. Huey Donahue.
Donahue.
Donahue. Read that. Looked at some of the plays at the end of the book, each chapter, some drills, the Milligan press, the Milligan fast break. The guy that plays, what's the game they play? Knockout.
Knockout
Game. That's a great
King
story.
of Knockout.
Yeah, it was a great story about the King of Knockout. So
Yeah.
It's a great read if you want a really good basketball book, full of funny stories about guys involved in the Tar Heel basketball program, of which he is a camp counselor for how many years?
This summer will be 21 or 22. It's been a while.
Yep, 21, 22 years. He's the camp counselor at the Carolina camp in Chapel Hill, the Carolina camp, of course, North Carolina. The book is available online. Where do we get it at?
It's on Amazon. Just Carolina Basketball School.
It's a good read. I was flipping through it last night. I read it, probably 15, 20 pages. Got slowed down long enough to do that. And, of course, the drills at the end of each chapter. Those, if you're a coach or a kid or a player, you know, there's things you work on as an individual, certainly team drills that you use, that you have implemented here that you learned down there, right?
All of it is stuff that we use. Yeah, so it's nothing that they can't do at any level. So
Yep.
It's pretty simple, but yet it's very fundamental.
And it's working here. How much is the book, by the way?
It's I think it's $24 on Amazon, something. I can get it for $20 from me if you want to come see me.
Yep.
I got a whole box in my office and in the back of my car.
At the back of the car. He's a traveling salesman, along with the coach. We had a blast with him last month. Early in the month, I should say, a couple of weeks ago. We went down with him to Athens and beat the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, who we'll have back in here in a couple of weeks to do the home and away. You've got a hot basketball team. You have won, 5 out of 7 and 7 out of 9, is that right?
Yep, and playing well, and really defensively playing great right now. We're still struggling shooting the basketball a little bit. We're making shots when we need to, but defensively we've been great.
Montreat tomorrow night. The Cavaliers coming. We'll go on there with the broadcast. We've got Coach Worrell helping with a gentleman who's having a birthday. He's going to be a birthday boy, I believe, tomorrow night. Tomorrow will be his birthday, so we're going to do a little celebration. I don't think he knows that, but Amy let me know that it's going to be a little special thing. He's got some folks coming in from town. Shouldn't be saying this. He may be watching. So, anyway, we've got Montreat tomorrow night. Coach Aubrey helped us with the Lady Buffs, who are red hot, too. So, both teams are doing very, very well right now. So, what's the key to the success so far, do you think?
Well, tomorrow the key is going to be whoever plays the style that they want to. They're very fast, very up-tempo. They want to press, they want to trap, they want to shoot lots of threes. Offensively, that's what they want to do. They want to outscore you. We're going to have to play great defense, take care of the basketball, and control tempo. We don't necessarily want to play slow, but we want to control the tempo. Go fast when we want to go fast, go slow when we want to go slow.
So you've won 7 out of 9. Has it been the defense been the difference so far?
It's been the defense and being able to rebound. We're plus 10 average on per game. Never had a great rebounding team that wasn't a great team. So between the defense and the rebounding, we've made enough shots to keep the tempo where we want it.
The part's interchangeable. I think probably more than since I've been around watching Milligan basketball, in that you can call timeout, go big. You can call timeout and go mid. You can call timeout and go a smaller lineup. So you have that beauty right now.
We do, and we've had a couple injuries. One of them, Lincoln Tommy's out here working out right now. He finally got cleared this week, and Grant Hensley from Unicoi just got cleared yesterday. So that was give us a little bit more flexibility to go smaller if we wanted to. Lincoln's probably our best on-ball defender. Grant's one of our best shooters. So we've missed having both those guys available. So this is the time to get healthy. This is the time to get everybody back on the floor.
The go-to guy would appear to be McCaskill Rivers. You go to him and he answers. Go to the money man, and the money man brings it back home for you. He's playing well. Sam Gold, of course, the big guy, Tombe. So who am I leaving off? Some other kids playing well. Luke Lentz, he's playing well too.
Yeah, and Finn McClure is actually at the other end of the floor. He's our point guard, and he's the one who really takes care of us and organizes everything. He can make shots, but he really much rather defer and make everybody else better.
So he's basically the quarterback on the floor.
He is.
Finn is.
Yep.
And he's what? How many years has he been here?
He's his fifth year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Fifth
Grad
year.
school.
Yep. Awesome. So you got to come watch these guys and ladies play. It's a lot of fun. They'll be here tomorrow night. It'll be a 5:30 and a 7:30 tip-offs with the Lady Buffs first. Montreat coming out of Montreat, North Carolina. It's near and dear to your heart. This one's always personal for Bill Robinson.
Yeah, it is always very personal. I was there 12 years, and the names have changed and the faces have changed, but the jersey still looks the same and the logo's the same. So yeah, it's still personal. And Anthony Behringer, the head coach there, is a great guy. Is Alex Biggerstaff, my assistant's best friend. So it's personal for Alex as well. So it's a game we'll prepare maybe a little bit harder than just a normal game.
Hello to Joe Bell Hood. Hello to Gina Terry. That's a new name. Thank you. Hello to Rusty Chambers. And again, we're very proud. Let me hit this real quick. We'll come back. I want to get the scouting report for the rest of the season, where we are in the standings as we're getting ready for the tournament, which is not that far away. But here's something we're very proud of, and we'll be right back after you see this.
I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest.
Standings. Okay, we're done. There we go. So we're very proud of that. Hello, Kenneth Gooch. Thank you, sir. Linda Birchfield. Hello, ma'am. Thank you. We're very proud of that. Hit 1,600,000 views. It's all about him. The coaching success Bill Robinson has, he knows it's all about him. When you come to his basketball camp this summer, I'm going to selfishly plug it. I'm a big fan of it. And in fact, we talk about, it's interesting. We just talked about you the other night. I don't know if your ears are burned, but the girls were talking about how much they loved your camp. I've had a daughter and 2 granddaughters come through here. So how many years you had at camp?
This will be 16 years here, but I've been doing camps for 30. I love camp. I just have a lot of fun, and when the staff has fun, the kids have fun.
Yep. So I think out of those 16 years, I guarantee you, because my baby girl, she was here probably the first or second year. So we've been out here in these camp virtually every summer. And so you got him circle the calendar. I'm sure he's working on dates already, but you want to
He'll be
circle
out
the
next
calendar.
week.
Next week?
Next week.
I knew it. You want it because, look, it's February next week. We'll look up. It'll be July 4th. That's how fast the thing's going. So please consider the Milligan basketball camp. Where I'm going with this, at the camp every day, he stops and gives a devotion. 5, 6, 7, 8-minute devotion just to plant some seeds to those kids. And my girls remember that because they said they remembered, in particular, one of the talking about the empty chair. She tried to explain to me, and I didn't get it. The empty chair devotion that Coach Robinson has.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, she remembered it.
Well,
So,
audience of one, playing before that empty chair as if Jesus is sitting there. So you pick a chair when you go somewhere, and the story is pretty incredible, but we don't have time for that today, but it's a great story.
see, you plant those seeds. We're all farmers. We're planting seeds of the Lord. Anyway, he gets it. We get it. This show gets it. It's all about him. And so this basketball program is red hot right now. Standings-wise, we take the top 10 to the tournament. Is that right?
Correct, and we're 6th and kind of solid right there. We've got a pretty good gap between the 6th and 7th team, but the couple 3 teams that are ahead of us, we're still in striking distance. CIU and Bryan and Montreat are all in front of us. We've all got them one more time. 2 of them here. Of course, Montreat tomorrow, and then CIU Saturday. So this is a huge week for us. This is not just a normal week. So it's a very, very big week for us.
So you got Montreat and CIU here this week. Then we got yet to go. I know I'm coming and doing the Tennessee Wesleyan game. I don't know what order they're in, but Tennessee Wesleyan, Bluefield. There's another one I'm doing, Bryan. So we've got a lot of basketball coming for the Milligan Buffaloes. So, and the ladies are doing well too. Same scenario, top 10 on their side of the bracket. The tournament is going to be, as it always is, at Meadowview and Kingsport. Meadowview Resort Conference Resort and Convention Center. And so it should be a home court advantage for us because geographically we're the closest team to the arena, right?
It is. It's just it's nice for them to be in the hotel, though. They can just come down the elevator and be at the arena. The struggle is we still got to go to class. They don't. So that's one of those things we don't have to travel. True, that's an advantage, but it doesn't necessarily feel so much like a tournament to us sometimes.
In closing, you know what I'm going to ask you because we do this every time we get together. And a grading scale right now, Milligan men's basketball, A, B, C, or D, where's Bill Robinson think you're at?
I still think we're at a B+ right now. We haven't quite gotten to A. We're still not shooting the ball the way I know we're capable of. We shoot it that way in practice every day. We just haven't made shots consistently in games, but we're really close and really proud of the group and kind of the adversity we've gone through, and we're headed in the right direction. So always striving to get better.
Tomorrow night, 7:30.
7:30.
Be here at B Square.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Love promoting the Buffaloes. Let me show you again where we're going to be tomorrow night. We're going to be right here. bring you Milligan University basketball against the Montreat Cavaliers.
It's an exciting doubleheader of Milligan University basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join coaches Phil Worrell and Rich Aubrey this Wednesday night from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, video and audio, as the Montreat Cavaliers come to town from Montreat, North Carolina. The Lady Buffs get it started at 5:15 with a men's game to follow. It's a basketball doubleheader this Wednesday night versus Montreat here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball.
Jewelers Bench has been providing our customers the highest quality jewelry at incredible prices for over 20 years. With our own jeweler in-house, we offer custom-made pieces as well as general maintenance and repair services and unique jewelry for all occasions. Whether you're shopping for yourself or someone special, we can help make your holidays bright. Stop in to see our vast selection and make this Christmas even more special. Highest quality for the best price, only at the Jewelers Bench.
Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton.
Oh, I just jerked that chain. I loved it. She looked at me. Those eyes this big from over here, I could tell. Little Kaylee, I said, Kaylee, you're next. She said, oh, one more time. So I knew that. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great. Love coming out of the land of the Buffaloes. Our athletic director, who is on the move. We can catch him. We got to catch him. We can catch him. He's out shaking hands, kissing babies, raising money. Excuse me, improving the facilities here.
Trying.
Doing it, getting it done. I love it. So the Deward Walker Trophy that we're after, signifying we're the best all-around athletic program out of, what, 14 schools? 16 schools now?
16 programs.
16 programs. Right now we're numero uno after the fall sports, and so we've had a great run. Our winter sports are obviously doing very well. Swimming, bowling, we'll be talking to some of those folks in a minute. Our two basketballs are red hot right now. So things are good in the land of the Buffaloes right now.
Very good, and doing well in every way. Just essentially just trying to find a little way to make a small step forward every single day. And I know that I don't want to steal Coach Rickart's thunder a little bit. We had a young lady, Emily Horton, roll a 300 the other day in competition, and I can't imagine. And some of our athletes are just phenomenal at what they do, and it's interesting when you talk to people in the community that don't have an idea of how many sports we do sponsor. We've got student athletes doing their thing in many, many ways.
31 sports at Milligan. Enrollment, I ask you this every time, it's right around 1,200, thereabouts?
Right at?
Yeah. So the percentage of 1,200 kids involved in athletics is probably enormous, isn't it?
It's in between 60 and 70, depending on the day.
Wow. 60 or 70% of the student bodies involved in athletics in one way, shape, or form here at Milligan University. Love promoting the Buffaloes. As I've said many, many times, may not matter to you out there, but when you stop, they pray before the games on the PA, and a lot of times it's one of the student athletes. Then after the game, whether you win by 20, lose by 20, whether it's intense, whether it's a blowout, whether people get a little dicey, they all circle after the game, hold hands, and they pray, led by the coaches of both teams. So I don't know where else they have that. I think that's why you come out here. You don't hear in a lot of places you go now, high school and college, and you know this. People are crazy. They do. Fans go nuts. They get thrown out of games. I saw one get thrown out of a middle school game this year. A middle school game. You come out here, I don't see that. I mean, they're into it. They're intense. The fans are, but I don't think it ever crosses the line. I don't think in large part it's because you start with the prayer and end with the prayer. That's just Tom thinking. I don't know if that's the way, but I just think when you put the Lord in the middle of it, troubles get minimized, don't they?
It starts with right thinking, and you're right. If we start with prayer and end with prayer, and our focus is on glorifying God, and it is as an institution and as a department, then everything else kind of falls in place. When you look at our world athletically, and so many programs are all about the gimme, NIL, what can I get? If I look at a program, what can they give me? Our student athletes aren't approaching their athletics venture that way. They are interested in being as successful as possible, and they want to win. And make no doubt about it, I want to win too. Every time we lace them up and play, I want us to win, come out victorious. But it's not the end-all, be-all. So when things don't go our way, and they won't, as life is apt to be, we have a good perspective.
As I say on this show many times, sports is supposed to be one spoke in the wheel of life. For a lot of folks, it's the only spoke, and that's wrong. You put all your eggs in one basket, it's just, you're going to be disappointed. This is life. So, but right now, the Deward Walker Trophy is ours. We got to keep on keeping on. You've got basketball right now. You got swimming, you got bowling. Do you bowl, by the way? Have you ever bowled?
I took bowling lessons when I was a kid, and my mom was a part of a bowling league, and we lived in Bluefield way, way back in the day. But haven't kept it up. I think I would have a strong 65 average if I
I was
bowled.
going to say, I don't think the whole time I've ever bowled I ever hit 300. This young lady did it in one, what would it be, a match? What's the right verbiage?
Well, in game, they had
Bowling game?
4 days or four rounds of competition, and she had 300 in her second round. So
Wow.
did very, very well.
Yeah. Track's doing great right now. Baseball starts this weekend. Unbelievably so. The last weekend of January, first week of February.
Bring it on.
They bring it on. We get on the diamond. We're going to be doing some of those games, doing some of the softball games. Wes Ollie getting ready to try and hit. No, he will hit it. He needs 8 to hit 1,000.
Yep.
So
We're expecting him to very shortly.
yes. So would love to be there to call the one that he hits 1,000. That'd be really neat.
That's
So,
kind of the hope and prayers that they'll do it at home.
yes.
And
Yes.
because I've hoped and prayed that it might not happen that way.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes.
Yeah, we love to be able to. In fact, if I knew for sure what date it would be, and I'll get with Brendan that we may try and come out here and do the day. We hope that he gets 1,000 wins. That's a heck of an accomplishment. That's
is.
a lot of fly balls and ground balls.
It's a lifetime achievement, and quite honestly, I mean, it does make sense when you think about the fact that he brought fast pitch softball to Milligan University. He's been our head coach and began the program 36 years ago and has been stalwart in leading it and done a very good job. We have good girls.
You're a visionary. We're talking to Christian Pope, the athletic director here at Milligan. If you hear the clanking, they've got guys in there working out and ladies in the weight room, which is right over there. So if you hear a bunch of crashing and thumping, that's the mules over there lifting weights, a lot of weights too. Both the guys and the girls. There's some big ones over there working out. So you're a visionary. What's on the table right now? What are you working on?
Still would like to do some enhancements with regard to strength and conditioning. We are planning an interior remodel of the small weight room. Exercise science is coming alongside of the athletics department, and they want to do more testing. So as we bring in recruits, if you're coming to play baseball, we can do spec testing when you come and visit. So not only do you get a chance to see our facilities, meet the coaches, meet student athletes, fall in love with the campus, fall in love with your teammates, and kind of get a chance to enjoy some of what Johnson City has to offer. You also have an opportunity to kind of see how you stack up.
Wow. You can check us out. We can check you out.
Yes, sir.
I like that. So I know you're getting ready to redo the concession stand area, going to make it even more, what's the right word?
Appealing.
More appealing. Thank you. More appealing because it's here and it serves a purpose, but he wants to take that to the next level, and he will. If you've been in here before you got here and now you walk in here, it's a totally different arena, Steve Lacy Fieldhouse. The cosmetics, I mean, and I've had people tell me on the show when they've watched the games, man, what a pretty place.
Mm-hmm.
And it is.
It is.
And that wide shot camera at the top of the bleachers, man, it really picks up the buffalo and the center court and all the black and orange in here. So they've done a great job redoing it. But you're not done. You want to do some more. And then you told me ultimately you would like to have a brand new facility. Is that correct?
Yeah, I know that Dr. Weirs is very keen on us building a multi-purpose facility. I mean, if you've been to one of our games, you'll notice that after a doubleheader, potentially on any given date, we may have a JV team warming up to practice as soon as the game is over, because this is our one and only court. And you do a good job of highlighting our department in terms of people getting exposure to it and finding out it's a beautiful gym, and it is. In our league, we are, I would say, the nicest gymnasium, but in terms of capacity, we have room to grow, and so we're excited about the future and the things we're going to do.
I've been to some of the other NAI gyms, walked in down Tennessee West, and I thought, we like Steve Lacy Fieldhouse. It's a nice place down at Athens, no question. They're very accommodating. They rolled out the red carpet for me, and I appreciate that, but it's been to Bluefield, and so you look at those facilities and go, we got a good thing going here at Steve Lacy Fieldhouse. So, and he's working on very diligently to enhance that. So you look at the student athlete, you've got them in from all over the country, all over the world. We have an international flavor here, as well as a lot of different states represented. So there's a lot of, it's almost like a melting pot, really, of kids coming in from all over the country and all over the world.
It really is. And because we have a Christian background and a Christian atmosphere, I think that makes it unique as well. And obviously appealing to anybody and everybody across the board, not just domestically, but internationally. And I find that very appealing, because I know that in working with 7 other institutions prior to coming to Milligan, you would not expect that to be I don't want to say a selling point, but an attractive thing for an international student.
One of those is hanging up in the rafters. One of the first people I ever interviewed when I came out here was Hannah Seagraves. She was an awesome interview. I think she came from the the country of Wales. And so what's really cool, it's kind of crazy, but it's an interesting stat nonetheless. Our track and field team, as good as they are, they win. There's cross country up there. There's track and field banners hanging up here in the field house. We don't have a track.
No, we don't.
No. We
Actually,
borrow people's tracks, and we're a world-renowned track program on the NAIA level with Chris Lane and the Milligan University Buffalo track team, guys and girls. They're having a heck of a start already for the indoor, and outdoor's getting ready to start very soon. And so that's cooking. And then you go to the soccer field, and you got one end of the soccer field that stays damp and wet. It's not a real good atmosphere for soccer. And so, those are two things. When you came here, you said, we got to fix that. We got a track and field team that's got a fantastic reputation. We don't have our own track. We have to borrow a track at Elizabethton and Science Hill, right?
And we do. And in terms of the soccer field, we are working on it. We're constantly, it's like front yard. You can cut the grass, but if you don't stay at it, it won't look nice long. And so it's constant. We're always working at trying to keep it nice and enhance in every way, add more sand, add more turf, seeding, sprigging, just about everything we can do. And with the track, obviously when the university purchased, I guess it was Taylor Farm, and is now a part of Milligan University, we physically and geographically have enough space to have a nice track facility here. It's just all about, getting that exposure from the right people that think, you know what, I'd like to see that happen for the institution.
Yep.
So I'm constantly looking in the community at being an ambassador and trying to talk it up and see who's out there that might want to help us with that vision.
What is the coolest part, because you came in from another university, you've been here now, this is your
Fourth year.
Fourth year. I met him from the get-go, think the world of this gentleman, have the utmost respect for Christian Pope. What's the coolest part of your job every day? What gets your feet on the floor to come into Milligan, come into the office?
Being around these young people. You know, I heard a quote the other day, and it wasn't really, you know, it's not like a Teddy Roosevelt quote. It was just somebody talking about, you know, their glory days and thinking about being an athlete. And I remember being able to do what these guys in the weight room are doing, and putting up heavy weight and playing ball and you know, just doing the things that I did as an athlete that I enjoyed. And it's not that I'm old, it's just that I'm not young anymore.
Yep.
But being around these young people keeps me young.
Mm-hmm.
It exposes me to things that I normally wouldn't if I just hung out with my peer group and my people my age, and even my own family. So being around the kids, I shouldn't say kids because they're not kids, but they're younger than my children.
Mm-hmm.
It helps keep me young.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Hello, it's Steve McCauley. Keep up the great work. Go Buffs. Thank you, sir. You're very kind. We appreciate that. Whole point of what we do out here once a month is to come out here and showcase what a great facility this is, a great university, a great institution with a Christian-based influence, and it works, and it's very effective. 1,200 kids on this campus, and they're all pulling the same direction to bring glory to the good Lord, and they do it. And so, is it a perfect place? No. The only perfect place is where we're going to get to go when we stop breathing, be in heaven. But it's pretty close. It's a pretty special place. As I drove up today, even in the dead of winter, it's not started blooming yet, but even in the dead of winter, it's still a beautiful campus. But give it about 60 days, February, when everything starting to green back up, beautiful. Springtime here, summertime, the fall, the leaves change. It's like a Norman Rockwell postcard. So over and above that, we have great kids doing great things, and this gentleman leads us and does a wonderful job. So it's all good, and I'm tickled and honored to be part of the Milligan, I guess, family, for lack of a better term. Love coming out and promoting them.
Yeah, we are, and
Yeah.
you're a part of that.
Yes,
So.
I love it. We'll be here tomorrow night. The Montreat Cavaliers come to town. Saturday, we're working through the CIU game, but I know coming up we got doubleheaders with Tennessee Wesleyan, Bluefield, Bryan, the single game with the men against Carolina University out of Winston-Salem. So we got all that coming up. And then, as we said, we're going to switch and go to Anglin Field, do a little baseball.
Mm-hmm. Georgetown's coming in this weekend.
Yep. And looks like I think they've already got rain Friday.
Yeah.
Not snow, but rain. And so we're going to move it into a Saturday, Sunday format. But, yeah, it starts, and our baseball team's loaded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited. It's going to be fun. When I think about AAC championships for, you know, all these other tournaments and conferences, I shouldn't say conferences, but our sports that are wrapping up their winter season. But we're ready. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
As always. Quick break. We'll be right back. We are here live. By the way, happy birthday today to a couple of guys. Alan Alda from MASH. Remember Hawkeye?
Mm-hmm.
He's having a birthday today. He is 89.
Awesome.
And Greg Popovich, the legendary coach of the San Antonio Spurs, he's a birthday boy. He's 76. And Hall of Fame golfer Nick Price. Do you play golf?
Well,
You hack?
I try.
You chase it? Yeah. He's having a birthday. He is 68 today. There's some of the birthdays on this Tuesday, January the 28th. Back after this, so you hear what we're going to be doing tomorrow night here at Steve Lacy Fieldhouse.
It's an exciting doubleheader of Milligan University basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join coaches Phil Worrell and Rich Aubrey this Wednesday night from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, video and audio, as the Montreat Cavaliers come to town from Montreat, North Carolina. The Lady Buffs get it started at 5:15 with a men's game to follow. It's a basketball doubleheader this Wednesday night versus Montreat here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball.
Closeout. So the obvious question, a lot of places out there you can shop. Why do we want to come to Big John's Closeouts?
Well, Big John's Closeouts, you know, I go all the way back to Pady Lumber Company in 1977. So you can do the math and know that I'm just about as old as the dinosaurs were that used to travel this area. But we've got a lot of people that have been here for numerous years. Travis, Jeff, Danny, a lot of our sales force have got way over a decade. of being with me in this business. They're knowledgeable of the business. If they don't, they know where to go to get the answers. They want to wait on you. They don't want to run or get on their phone and run away from you. They want to be here to help answer your questions, but not only that, to take you around, show you items, but we don't want to hound you. You know, we realize a lot of times people want to come in, they just want to look. They're looking for vanities or vanity tops or windows or doors, and they want a little bit of time to go and look, and we want people to understand we're not going to stand right there on you just hounding you, you know, or ask you 15 times, can we help you, because that gets old. We want you to know that our guys want to wait on you. If you've got a question, come back up to the cube up front, say, hey, can I get a little help back here? Most of the time that's what we tell you when you go back there to look. If you have some questions, come back up. We'll go with you. We'll answer your questions. We'll do whatever. It's all local people. You go to church with them. You shop with them. You know, they're putting their money back in this community. Big John supports our local sports programs all the way from Cloudland to Unaka to Happy Valley to Hampton to Elizabeth, and the whole thing. We support with not just banners on the field or banners in the gymnasium, but taking out yearbook ads, you know, having support, you know, some of the minor little league teams and stuff of that nature. You know, we're going to be buying the mulch again for the football program and getting it unloaded down there, and our guys will go down there, we'll unload the trucks, make sure it's where the school wants it to help promote that, you know, and just we were involved in helping with the baseball promotion, you know, giving items for that. And not only that, but behind the scenes a little bit, we try to help various other charities that we don't really broadcast a whole lot about, but behind the scenes we're working with them, trying to help them meet some of their needs for summer food programs or a ramp that needs to be built for a handicapped veteran or someone else in the community. So we try to give back. You know, we're a part of this community. This is where I've lived all my life, and this is the place I love.
That's all you got to hear, folks. It solves it right there. Stops. Very simple. Be loyal, buy local, and support local businesses. You just heard why, because they give back to the community on a daily basis here at Big John's Closeouts in Elizabethton, where they hammer high prices. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It's exciting Elizabethton Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join the Cyclone Network and yours truly Tuesday night. It's basketball homecoming, crowning basketball homecoming queen for the basketball season against Sullivan East. We'll go on air at 6:15 for the Lady Cyclones boys game to follow, video and audio. It's homecoming, pretty girls and handsome guys this Tuesday night against Sullivan East. It all starts at 6:15 right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Cyclone basketball.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live at Milligan University. You see in the backdrop, we're here in the land of the Buffaloes. 1,200 youngins, again, 80%, 60 to 70% of any given day, they're the athletes, the student body. Let me rephrase that. Out of the 1,200 kids, 60 to 70% are student athletes. That's an incredible stat. And one of the hottest sports on campus is the bowling team.
Sir.
Yes. Tell everybody who you are, sir.
I am Coach Michael Hall. I am with the men's portion of the team.
Yep. Now, Emily Horton rolled a 300. Everybody's
sir.
been buzzing about that, and
Yes.
and that's a big deal. I
Yes.
don't bowl a lot, so
Yes.
so to get 300,
It's huge.
that's smoking it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Emily Horton rolled a 300, which is a perfect score for the Lady Buffs. So, bowling, Milligan University, men's team, very successful so far. Tell me about it.
Yes, sir. Well, this is my first season here. So we started off the very first tournament, we won, and then took second place the second tournament. And we've just kept the momentum going since then. Bowl this weekend finished fourth in 2 tournaments. So one thing I was just telling Brendan is it's not like basketball where you can win 2 or 3 games in a row and you're on a hot streak. Well, bowling is 25 to 30 schools there at a time. So even just to be up there is huge. So we're doing pretty good.
And he's up against some of the big boys too, right?
Oh, yes, sir. So bowling, it combines NAIA, the JUCO, and NCAA, all those compete in the same tournaments. So it's not like we're just against one set of schools.
All right. Am I right in saying you competed in one down at South Carolina, down at Columbia? Did you all go to a Gamecock bowling tournament here earlier in the season?
No.
No?
No,
Was
we went to
not?
Vegas.
Went to Vegas.
Yep,
Okay.
that was the furthest we've gone so far this year.
But you do tell me some of the bigger schools. Throw out some names that you've competed against.
Oh, wow. McKendree, Vanderbilt, Jack State. So pretty much all the NCAA schools we compete against, and on top of NAIA.
And you're winning. You're being successful,
Yes.
finishing fourth out of 24, 25 teams, which is awesome. Tell me some of the guys on the team. Throw out some names.
Well, now you put me on the spot here. Well, we have Nate Trentler. He's a sophomore. He was NAIA Rookie of the Year last year. We have
Wow.
Cameron Shockey. He was he won the sectionals 2 years ago. We have Alex Stevens. We have Alex Evans. We have David Gilliam, Josh Collins, Bryant Griffith. You're going to make me name all these because we got 20 guys.
Oh, no. I'm talking some of the key guys. Yeah.
Well, all those are key guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those are key. So with varsity, for instance, with this, you can take 8 guys for a varsity team, but our team probably goes 12 to 13 deep. That could be on varsity, which is a good problem to have, but we just kind of rotate those guys around to utilize all of their strengths.
So I'm fascinated. How do you recruit high school bowlers? Bowling is a sanctioned sport in some states, some it's not. So how do you beat the bushes and find recruits?
Well, the biggest recruiting event in the country every year is called Junior Gold. And so all these kids across the country, even in other states, they qualify to do this tournament. And it's in Indianapolis. It was in Indianapolis a couple of years ago. It was in Detroit last year. And so you'll find about 3,000 to 4,000 kids there. And so that's where the biggest pool of them will be all at once. And so there's also little mini tournaments around the country that you can go to that we just go. And it's just like any other event. You go to like a high school match to watch them. It's the same thing as bowling.
So when they're up there bowling, do you set up a table? They come by and get information from Milligan?
So-
do you go to them and say, hey, I'm interested in you coming to be a Buffalo? How's it work?
So, for instance, with Junior Gold, all the schools that are going to attend, they'll rent like the big, like a pavilion or a stadium. So there's typically about 45 other schools there, maybe 50. And so we set up our booth, and we set up all of our stuff on the table, and thousands of kids come through, and if they're interested in Milligan, if they heard about us, or if they just want information, then they stop by, we give them our spiel, and then the next one comes through, and we probably say the same thing to about 100 different kids per
Sure.
event. Yeah.
And some will stick, some don't.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You got a nothing venture, nothing gain.
Yes, sir.
In the world of sales, it's asking you get, don't you won't.
Yeah.
Got to ask, were you interested in coming to Milligan? No, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you'll get one, and obviously you got 8 or 10, 12, 13 guys that
Yes, sir.
obviously are very good and can compete.
Yeah. So the thing here, though, what I like about Milligan is we're not a numbers driven. So we're looking for actual talent. We're looking for if it's a good fit for the school instead of just going out and picking anybody. And I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of other schools because we're looking at your character as well. So
Absolutely. You're looking for that special Milligan student.
Yes.
They got to fit.
yes,
And so that's neat. And we're talking to Coach All from the bowling team. So you look at basketball's got the tournament coming up in Meadowview. What's bowling do postseason as far as tournaments?
so our last season, our last original season is Hoosier. That will be in Indianapolis. The Hoosier is the biggest collegiate tournament of the season. That's kind of like it wraps everything up. So there'll be about 80 schools at that event. And then after that is postseason. So bowling works on a point system. So every tournament we bowl throughout the season, we earn points for. And the higher what we are in the rankings determine where we go for postseason. So right now we're sitting 20th, the men. I think the women are sitting 13th. So we'll probably end up seating in Dallas. And then we go to Dallas and they take the top 4 schools out of each location. There's 4 locations that will determine who goes to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're in the hunt right now.
Yes, we are.
I love
Yes,
it.
we are.
I love it. So when you bowl, when you go to this comp, you bowl me versus you or team versus team? So
It's team versus team.
Team versus team,
So
okay.
a typical tournament is 5 regular games. Like you said, you went with your granddaughter
Mm-hmm.
and you bowl a game. Each bowler will bowl 5 of those games.
Gotcha.
And then we go into what we call Baker games. And so a Baker game is that you have 5 people bowl one game. So for instance, if you have 5 people, the first bowler will bowl the first frame and the 6th frame. Then you have somebody will bowl the 2nd frame and the 7th frame, and then somebody the 3rd frame and the 8th frame, 4th frame and the 9th frame, the 5th frame and the 10th frame. So you have one bowler bowls 2 frames a game, and that's it. That's a Baker game.
Wow. That would be drama filled, then, wouldn't it?
It is.
It's tense.
It is, because in a regular game, you can mess up 2 or 3 times and still come out with a decent game. In a Baker game, you're only getting 2 shots. So if you mess up those two shots,
You're done.
You're done for.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A lot of pressure.
Yes.
A lot of stress. But so far, Milligan's weathering it very good. You're 20th in the country,
Yes.
and that's all. That's everybody.
That's everybody.
That's
And just to put some clarification on that, we're 20th in the country right now, and we only have 6 tournaments in, where the leaders that are above us have about 8 to 10 tournaments in. So once we get our points in from those other ones, we will jump.
you're getting more done with less.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes, we are.
You're participating in less tournaments and being more successful, quite
Yes.
frankly. So he's 20th in the country. The ladies are 13th. And so when is your next?
We will be in Georgia this weekend, and then we'll be at the Hoosier
Mm-hmm.
that next weekend, and then we're done, and we'll see where we finish, where we qualify for. Then we go off into sectionals.
Wow.
Yes.
So the ultimate national championship of the bowling will be where?
For the NAIA, it will be in Sterling, Michigan.
Sterling, Michigan.
Yes.
So that's our goal.
That is the goal. So the thing with bowling also, there's 2 national tournaments. So we have the NAIA national tournament, then we have the USBC national tournament. So the NAIA is strictly NAIA schools, but then the national tournament, that is NCAA, everybody can qualify for that, and we can win that one.
That's
so we can
awesome.
essentially come out with 2 national titles this year per program.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So the 20th in the country right now. With all the, I mean, you threw them all in. The Alabamas, whoever's out there with the bowling team,
Whoever has a bowling team,
you're in there with them.
we're right there
You're
with them.
duking it out with them.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Now, where did Jennifer Hall, bowling is crazy. There's so much that goes into it. Thanks for doing this highlight. Do you know Jennifer Hall?
That is my wife. I
Well, there
don't
you
even
go.
know how she got on there,
There
but
you go. She knows where her man's at.
she knows.
You got that right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good. That's awesome. So there is a lot into it. So, you know, as I said, we go for fun and bowl, but so this is intense. There's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
You got teams, this team over in this lane, here's another team in this lane. You're all going at the same time, and you're kind of watching them, you're kind of scoreboard watching a little bit.
Oh,
and-
for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And you're trying to focus, make sure when your turn's up, you're dialed in, ready to go.
Yeah.
Where do you practice at?
We practice at Holiday Lanes,
Yeah.
right here in town in Johnson City.
So another situation, just like our track and field, we don't have a track on campus. We don't have a bowling lane here on campus, and yet he takes them to Holiday Lanes, and they're gracious enough to let them practice there.
Yes.
As a result, they're 20th in the country. That's incredible. I love it. Are you recruiting now? Do you have to?
So my recruiting for 2025 is done.
Okay.
And so now, once this season is over, we're going to focus on 2026s.
Right. So how many kids you going to lose off this year's team?
This year, I'm going to lose 4 on the men's side, but this is our 4th season right now. So the men that we're losing are basically the founders of the program, I guess. So when Coach Rickard started the program, those ones that he recruited are graduating.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Very exciting. So the guys are cooking it with propane. The ladies are 13th in the country. You guys are 20th in the country, and going to Georgia this weekend.
Georgia this
Bowl
weekend.
against the big boys down there too, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun.
So when you walk into that Milligan, it gets people's attention now, right?
You know, it's funny because I've always said when you do something, you will draw attention to yourself, like any program, no matter what it is. And we're doing it. And so when we walk in the building, you know, they notice that we're there, and they know that they got to work for it.
Walk in a little swagger.
Yes.
Buffaloes are here. Orange and Blacks in town. We here.
Yes, sir.
And we ain't going away.
No.
The daddy used to say, boys, kick up a little dust, let them know you've been there.
Yes.
There
Yeah.
you go. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Get you back on the next month. We'll come once a month, and let's get a a follow-up report next month. The national championship will be when? March, February?
It'll be in March.
Okay.
I don't have the exact date right now, but yes,
so
March.
we'll get an update next month once you come back.
Yes, sir, you will.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Go Buffs. I love it. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here again at Milligan University. We do this once a month, showcasing. It's exactly as his wife said. That's why I'm here, to showcase all the good things going on this campus at Milligan University.
Jewelers Bench has been providing our customers the highest quality jewelry at incredible prices for over 20 years. With our own jeweler in-house, we offer custom-made pieces as well as general maintenance and repair services and unique jewelry for all occasions. Whether you're shopping for yourself or someone special, we can help make your holidays bright. Stop in to see our vast selection and make this Christmas even more special. Highest quality for the best price, only at the Jewelers Bench.
It's an exciting doubleheader of Milligan University basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join coaches Phil Worrell and Rich Aubrey this Wednesday night from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, video and audio, as the Montreat Cavaliers come to town from Montreat, North Carolina. The Lady Buffs get it started at 5:15 with a men's game to follow. It's a basketball doubleheader this Wednesday night versus Montreat here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball.
My name is Michael Vance, Vice President of Advanced Heat Pump Systems. Advanced Heat Pump Systems has been open and providing service for over 35 years. The services we provide are installation and service of home heating and cooling systems. Our company's goal is to provide quality service for our customers. The reason you should hire Advanced Heat Pump Systems is because we offer a dependable, quality, trained technician to service your heating and air conditioning.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what bundling up in a blanket next to a fireplace with people you love feels like.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget, we do have basketball tonight. Cyclones homecoming. Pretty girls and handsome guys. Basketball homecoming in Sullivan East. Airtime at 6:15. We'll go with the Lady Cyclones and then the boys to follow. Tomorrow night here, Milligan and Montreat. Hoops, 5:30 and 7:30. We're going to air the broadcast at 5:15 tomorrow night. The Lady Buffs were red hot. They've won 10 in a row in the conference. Our guys have won 7 out of 9. So, and they've got both teams will have a good opponent tomorrow night. The Montreat Lady Cavaliers coming for the ladies, obviously, the men to follow. Hello, Loretta Sanders down in Union, South Carolina. Hello to Jimmy Stout in Georgia. Hello to Rick Osborne. Of course, Jennifer Hall was watching because her hubby was on the show. Natasha Anderson, hello to you. Let's see. Melinda Hyder, Evelyn Story, Jessica Kreider, Wayne and Michelle Muncie, Carolyn Nidover, Jimmy Stout down in Atlanta. How you doing, sir? Rick Osborne, Steve McCauley, and let's get one more, Linda Prophet and Carol Chambers. Thank you all for watching the show. That's why we come here. Showcase bowling, tracks coming in a few minutes. Getting ready to go in the tank right now, our swimmers. And tell everybody who you are, sir.
My name is Tim Stallings. I'm the assistant men's and women's swimming here at Milligan University.
And they are, he's going to be very modest. They are kicking tail and taking names in the pool. This week we had Swimmers of the Week for the whole conference, 16 schools, Appalachian Athletic Conference, Swimmers of the Week for the entire conference, wearing orange and black, and they are who?
Stephen Gilbert on the men's side, and then Mary Grace Bidding on the women's side.
So how did Stephen Gilbert earn the Swimmer of the Week in the whole conference? What did he do?
Oh, well, we had a meet against King on Saturday, and we're under pretty heavy training right now because we have our conference meet up in a few weeks. So we had one last meet against King, just it's like a tune-up. We didn't really expect anything crazy, did some off events, and Steven showed up. He did the 50, 100, and 150 backstroke and put down some of the fastest times that he swam all year long. It's definitely, you know, in a brief, which is just in a training suit, and it was awesome to see him kind of step up and push past the fatigue, and you know, he came out with wins in all three, and that was really awesome to see.
If you've ever been to a swim meet, it is exhausting to say the least. So the 3 events he did was what?
The 50-meter backstroke, 100-meter backstroke, and 150-meter backstroke.
50 meters is down and back?
Yes, sir. In a short course meter pool would be down and back.
Yep. And then what was the next one?
100, so that would be 2 50s down and back twice.
Down and back twice. And
Yep.
then obviously 150 would be down
and back 3 times.
3 times.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Wow. And you got to do that. How much gap of time do you have between events? Not much?
Because of the order of events, I think this weekend they had probably anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes between events. So not too bad, but nothing too crazy like you might get in an invite or a championship meet.
Yep. So you got to kind of come out of the pool and go, okay, I got another one coming up in about 30 minutes.
Exactly, yeah.
And he did very, very well, obviously. What did she do to get Swimmer of the Week?
So Mary Grace came and did the same thing. She's under, you know, a really heavy training load. She's in a great spot coming into conference and nationals. So we knew that it would just be about her getting to step up and race. And she did the exact same thing. I think she came away with first or second in all 3 of her events. She raced the 50-meter butterfly, 100-meter butterfly, and 150-meter butterfly. And like I said, same thing with Steven. It was awesome to see her to get up and race past the fatigue and really show what she's made of.
Unlike track and field and bowling, they don't have facilities on campus. We do have a pool downstairs here, Steve Lacey built us. It was redone here not too long ago, and they did some upgraded it. It's a very nice place where these guys and girls get in there and swim. So as a whole, how's the swim team doing now as far as standings in the league?
They're doing awesome. I mean, I think, you know, going into conference, I think obviously we have our goals that we want to achieve as a team, and I think we're in a really, really good spot to achieve that. There's some other great teams in the conference that we're excited to get to race against, but you know, at the end of the day, we have our own goals that we can do it by ourselves. We have our swimmers have their own goals that they can achieve by themselves, and so we just want to stay in our own lane and do what we can and let the rest take care of itself.
Be the best Milligan you can be.
Yes, sir.
And it'll take care of itself. You better believe it. When you start getting into comparison, you're comparing yourself with other people. Everybody's unique. Everything's unique. We're unique as individuals. Schools are unique. So just be the best Milligan you can be. And obviously we're doing that right now.
Yes, sir.
So who are the other programs that are very good in our league?
I mean, I think on the men's and women's side, Union's a wonderful team. On the women's side, Bernal, WVU Tech is up there in both. I mean, it's going to be great competition all around.
Yep. So where are we on the schedule right now? We're halfway through. We're wrapping things up. Where are we in the swim schedule?
So we're in our championship season right now. So we have conference, I think, coming up in 10 days. So a lot of our athletes are tapering down. Some of our athletes are still in heavy training. And then on March 6th through the 8th, we've got our nationals coming up in Elkhart, Indiana.
How well do you think? How many people have qualified with the nationals so far?
I think we have around between 8 and 10 on both sides.
So because of the times they've done personal best,
yes, sir,
school records, we got 8 to 10 guys and girls going to head off to the nationals in Elkhart, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Yep, they'll be coming up later in the spring. It's awesome. So, are these open to the public? Can we come watch the swim teams?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So the next one would be where? Where can we get a sneak preview to look at Milligan swimming?
So the next one will be the conference championship up at Kingsport Aquatic Center in Kingsport.
That'll be when?
February 6th or the 8th.
So all the 16 schools come to town for that one?
So they're in our conference. I believe there's five schools on the men's side with teams and 6 schools on the women's side with teams.
Okay, so not everybody has a swim team.
Yes, sir.
But still, Jennifer Halston, that's awesome. It is awesome. So I'm telling you, when you come out here and sit down and you see you got 1,200 kids on this campus, and you got basketball doing what they're doing. The bowling team's 20th in the country, the men. The women are 13th in the country. Our basketball teams are getting votes nationwide in NAIA polls. Track and field is track and field. They smoke everybody.
Yeah.
Chris Lane's, they smoke everybody.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Oh, in all the sports, in a little school, and I say little, it's not a 8, 10, 12,000 student university, 1,200 kids. We're cranking it out. So, how many are on the swim team total, guys and girls?
Total right now between guys and girls, we have 51.
Yep, got 51 swimmers. They have a school of 1,200, and they're cranking it out. So, where are we right now in the conference standings?
I believe in the championship standings. I think we're first on both sides right now. I believe.
There you go. I knew that. I wanted him to say that because he's a very modest guy. I like this guy. I met him. I thought it was in the summer. He said October, November is when you first came.
Something like that.
Yeah, and you were very excited then. Probably more excited now, right?
It just gets better every day.
Yeah. So, what's the key to being a good swimmer at Milligan University? I mean, what is it? I mean, we're number one, both guys and girls in the league. So, what separates us from everybody else, do you think?
I think just coming in every day and knowing that you're working towards your own improvement, but then also knowing that you're working towards a culture and a program of just striving to be better every day. I mean, giving the glory to God is obviously the most important thing. You know, without him, we wouldn't be here doing what we love every day. So, you know, just recognizing that and coming in and committing to the process and just giving everything you've got every day. And not every day is going to be 100%. But if you can give everything you've got every day, then it's going to lead to perfect results at the end of the year, no matter what that is. And I think, you know, we have guys and girls on both sides that are all committed to that. And I think that's what has allowed us to be so great so far.
We're talking to Tim Stallings. I'm going to get him to talk about himself here in a second. He probably don't want to, and that's okay. I want him to anyway because there's a reason why he's one of the coaches. He has a fantastic resume of his own. Here's the verse of the day. We always dedicate our show, our ball game, whatever we're doing, we always dedicate it to the man that hung on the cross, the Lord Jesus. Isaiah 41:13 says, "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you." It's a promise from God himself. "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you." It's a promise. Amen. Isaiah 41:13. You can't sink your teeth in that one. If I don't get you fired up, your wood's wet. I'm just going to tell you. Isaiah 41:13. Promise from God himself. Don't fear. I'll hold your right hand. I'm going to help you, no matter what you're going to do.
Yes, sir.
And there's a lot of folks out there on the other side of this camera going through a lot of stuff, and we know that. So tell me about Tim Stallings. Let people know out there that this is not just some guy showing up to be a coach. He's got a fantastic resume. Toot your horn a little bit. It's okay.
So I was a 5-year swimmer at the University of Findlay, which is a Division II school up in Northwest Ohio. And during my 5 years at Findlay, I was a 2-time national champion, Division II in the 100 butterfly, 3-time runner-up in the 100 backstroke, and overall I was an 18-time All-American. First team All-American, which is top 8 in an event, 11 individual and 7 relays over my career.
You heard it. 2-time national champion, 3-time runner-up, 18 times what?
18-time All-American, so top 8 in an
18-time
event.
All-American. There you go. But you got to pull it out of him, and that's okay. I appreciate his modesty. Where does your faith come in all this, sir?
I think just over my career, I think we talked a little bit about this last time. I think over my career I had ups and downs, and just remembering that everything that I'm going through is something that God knows that I can handle.
Yep.
And just attacking it every day with the positive mindset, and just praying and giving my worries, my anxieties, my fears to him. And I did that a lot over my career, especially in the latter half of my college eligibility, and just prayed and prayed and prayed. And he was there with me when I won my final national championship, and he always got the glory, but especially in that moment, it was a out of body experience to feel his presence with me swimming that race, and to kind of have him take the wheel and really just know that everything that I've been through in my entire life, he's been kind of at the steering wheel of the driver's seat and helping me through that. It's been incredible. I mean, I owe him for everything I have in my life. I mean, I think it's simple.
Yeah,
he's
given
given me everything.
You got it. I've said this frequently. I emceed I narrated a cantata one year. It's been 25, 30 years ago. Christmas cantata. One of the lines was in it that said, "When you come to the point of all you have, you'll find them all you need."
Yeah.
Whew. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he'll do what? He'll direct your paths. There
Yes,
you
sir.
go.
Yes,
He's
sir.
directing Tim
Amen.
Stallings.
He's doing a great job. I'm just happy to be here and just to give glory to him and do the best that I can.
We're lucky you're here, sir, to have that resume to be teaching our young people. That's awesome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you, sir.
Go Buffs. Excellent job. Quick break. We'll be right back. We are here live. And again, if you missed it, we're very proud of this. It ain't bragging. I've wrestled this like he did about his resume. But last year, 2024, through the Lord's help, ain't Tom Taylor, through the Lord's help, we hit 1 million views on this show. 1,600,000 views. That's
awesome.
been mandated, not mandated, been proven, for lack of a better term, by Facebook. Validated. How about that?
There you
So 1,600,000 views. I'm very proud of that, but it ain't me. It's him. Tim
sir.
Stallings was an 18-time All-American,
Yes, sir.
2-time national champion, 3-time runner-up. It ain't him. God gave him the ability. He just was smart enough to use it and turn around and give him the glory.
Yeah.
That's all he wants from any of us. That's what pleases him the most. Just tell him, hey, look, I didn't do it. God did it. That's all he wants. And that way somebody can hear, well, can he, if he helped Tim Stallings and Tom Taylor, will he help me? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just read the verse, Isaiah 41:13. Anyway, keep it up. We'll talk to you next month. Get another update on the swim team.
Yes, sir.
We'll
do.
be here in February. Quick break. Right back after this. We'll talk to our Associate Athletic Director, Mr. Sweeney's next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Got this heartbeat in my chest. It doesn't matter about the rest. If I
You're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club Savings Account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bmycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club Savings Account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Show number 2,224. Said it wouldn't work. Next month, thank you, Jennifer, by the way. It's very kind. That made my day right there, that she said, thankful to found you and you're a platform. We do this every day. I needed to hear the word you shared. Thank you for allowing him to direct your path. Well, it's all about him. And it's a sports show, and some folks tune in and go, I don't want to hear about God. Well, let me tell you something. It's all about him. We're just passing through. If you think you're in control, you're smoking something. I can tell you right now. I can tell you from experience. When you think you're, as the old Travis Tritt song goes, 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and you don't need him, I know some people, he said, let me show you how that works, boys. And a buddy of mine got laid flat on his back, and you know what? He needs him now. But he didn't think he needed him until then. So, yes, we need him. It's all about him, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So, and they believe that out here in Milligan, and they live it. That's why I love being part of this this university because they're awesome. This guy is too. We go out to eat. He has prayer. I'm thinking I'm sitting across Billy Graham. He's bringing down the thunder. We pray for our food. So he and I are Raiders fans. We'll get into that first. Get that out of the way. Then we'll get into Milligan. So we are frustrated Raiders fans. We have hired Pete Carroll as a new coach from the Seahawks, and guy's got a pedigree of winning, one of the few coaches to win a national championship in college and the pros, the Seahawks and Southern Cal. He's 73 years old. I don't know if age makes any difference. Did we get a good hire? The Raiders, we picked up, what's the guy's name, the general manager?
John Spytek.
Spytek from Tampa Bay. So Tom Brady's putting some pieces into place. I think he's kind of driving the bus now for the Raiders. Does Pete Carroll, is that our answer? Is that what we need?
I think he brings experience, which is important. And especially when you're trying to turn around a franchise that's been in the doldrums for years.
Dismal.
Yes. Yeah. You kind of do need that sort of figure to come in to overhaul things. I think one really important thing for him is going to be he needs to get an offensive mind that is, young, up and coming, has new ideas, can be really fresh in the offense. It's not something that the Raiders have had recently. And it's, I think, something they need if they're going to be successful. And on top of that, they got to figure out the quarterback.
There you go. That's the key, the whole thing. So we're going to go to the draft representing the Raiders. We have an open checkbook, and we can get anybody we want. Who would you get? Would you get Sanders? Would you get Cam Ward? None of the above? Who would you get?
I'm not really sure. I think if I was in their position scouting the quarterbacks, my brother does a lot of this type of analytical data stuff, scouting, looks at, combine data, all that stuff. Basically, my thoughts are wait, don't pick a first-round quarterback. Pick one in the second or third, like maybe Jackson Dart would be a good idea from Ole Miss, or just anybody that's kind of the mid-tier quarterback, and then bring in as a veteran Sam Darnold or Russell Wilson if you can, I guess. He's got familiarity with Pete Carroll, obviously. So, I think that's the plan for this year. When you have such a just not a really deep quarterback class in the draft, it just doesn't make sense to me to go and throw your first-round pick at one of the guys that you don't necessarily believe in. And if they do believe in him, then that's one thing. And, I guess I'm fine with that if that's what they figure out in scouting. But the way I look at it, take a second, third-round quarterback and take, a look at Russell Wilson or something in free agency and just see what you can do next year.
We'll be here next month, probably after the Super Bowl, so I'm going to get your take now, and then we'll get into Milligan Sports. You've got the Eagles and the Chiefs. Over it. My granddaughter said, we're a Raider. I hate the Chiefs. She said, why do you can't ever beat them? Why? I said, well, back in the day, we have to go back down memory lane. Of course, she's 15 years old. I said, but back in the day, when the Raiders and Chiefs were the two best teams in the AFL, and I said, we came to the AFC West. It used to be a barn burner, and we played them. We beat them last year, so we have beaten them. Mm-hmm. But she didn't understand why there's a rivalry built in, but it's there. So I don't like the Chiefs. They're an incredible franchise. I appreciate Patrick Mahomes and his stand for the Lord. He's very outspoken about his faith. And I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But just seeing the red on the other side of the field, I don't like them. So I'm going to go with the Eagles simply because it's the Chiefs are playing. You're going to take who and why?
The same. As obviously I'm a Raiders fan too, and when you're a Raiders fan, you got a division rival that you just don't really like very much.
That's it.
You definitely root against them in the playoffs. I was rooting against them against the Bills. I rooted against them against the Texans. It's not going to change in the Super Bowl. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Philadelphia either, I think that I have to root for them in this situation.
Saw an interview with Andy Reid a couple of weeks back, and it was away from the field. They were sitting down talking, and the guy asked him, he said, well, which team on your schedule, before you even finished, he said the Raiders, he was trying to go which team you'd want to beat the worst and dislike the most. Before he could even get all that out of his mouth, he said Raiders. So it's built in. I mean, the Chiefs don't like the Raiders, and the Raiders don't like the Chiefs. So are the officials protecting Patrick Mahomes?
I don't know. I'm always torn on this one because, there's definitely plays in games where you're like, that seemed like that was the wrong call, and then it goes to review and it stays. Like those sort of things you look back on and you're like, I don't know what's going on here, but I find it so hard to believe that the NFL would do something like that to try to move a certain team on. I feel like it's impossible, in my opinion, to do that type of thing at that level and make it look as realistic as it does.
My response to that is there's gambling kiosks everywhere.
This is a true statement.
And they've come right out already and said the Vegas line is 1.5 favor for the Chiefs right now. I think that's what I read the other day. So if you gamble, they've already kind of set the table. So is it possible? Absolutely. Anything's possible. Are they doing it? I don't know. I know what they do have to clean up. They have to clean up the targeting call. I mean, it's very subjective. Each officiating crew, it's just like in basketball. The year I officiated, the toughest call they said you would have to make on a dribble drive coming down the paint, is it a block or is it a charge? I mean, is it a charge or is it a blocking call? So it's a subjective. I mean, they give you the template to go by, just like a strike zone umpire. It's different for everybody. Same as a football in a football call is, is it a targeting? The second one where the two Texan guys hit each other and Mahomes made a little bit of contact underneath him, they blew that call. They missed it. Totally missed that call. And I think they're having a conference. In fact, I got that in the sports coming up here in a few minutes. They've got that going on right now. They're going to have a conference this week, the officiating, college football officiating. They're going to probably make some changes on the definition of targeting on the collegiate level. The Arizona State game. I can't remember so much football. Either they called and it wasn't.
Yeah, they missed a targeting call.
They missed a targeting call that changed the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
And no question, when Arizona State was playing Texas. And so they got to get that fixed. How do you fix it? They don't pay me the big bucks to figure that out, but they realize that that's one area of the officiating definitions that needs to be clarified for everybody. And so are they protecting Patrick Mahomes? You used to say the same thing about Brady when he was with the Patriots, that he got special treatment by the officials because he's the marquee player in the game. So is Patrick Mahomes the face of the NFL right now? Is he the face?
Yeah, I think he is. And
okay.
The thing is, the reason why that is because he's had such success in the playoffs, and he's beaten the other teams or other quarterbacks out there that could be, the face of the NFL. Mm-hmm. So he's the one that's superior at this point, and I think everybody sees that. He doesn't have to put up 400 yards a game to be the most superior quarterback in the NFL at this point, because he can. He doesn't need to do it, but he can, and his team can win even without that happening. He's I think since he's been in the league, he has really grown as a player. He now knows he doesn't have to throw the deep ball. He doesn't have to do all the crazy things that make you a great quarterback. He just runs the offense the way that it's told to run to him by Andy Reid, and that works because he trusts his coaching staff.
So last week I heard him say Travis Kelce's the greatest tight end of all time, and I'm thinking, you are smoking something. There's no way he's the greatest. He's a good tight end. Great tight end, yeah, sure. Greatest? No. There's a guy in Elizabeth that's a pretty good tight end. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame pretty soon, and his name is Jason Witten. Heck of a tight end. Tony Gonzalez from the Chiefs, heck of a tight end. Who was the guy we had was a pretty good tight end back in the day? It was Dave Casper, tight end, back in the day with the Raiders.
Dave Casper.
Raymond Chester, the Baltimore Colts back in the day.
Goes to the post on the Casper.
There you go. So Travis Kelce, the greatest tight end of all time, not a chance. Not a chance. Great one? Yes. Won't deny that.
Rob Gronkowski you can throw in there too.
Who?
Rob Gronkowski you can throw in there too.
Yeah. So, and there's probably another 6 or 7 we could look statistically as far as touchdowns and yards and all that. So Kelce, good one, yep. Great one, probably. The greatest? No, not the greatest. So anyway, just want to get that out there. I know because he's associated with Miss Swift, I think that gives him a lot of free publicity. And he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not the greatest, no. And so now I heard the other day that they were trying to tell me one of the wideouts was better than Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, and I'm thinking, no. Which one was it? One of these other teams is, he's the greatest wide receiver ever. I'm thinking, you ain't going to get any better than Jerry Rice. He's the dude. He's the daddy rabbit. So, anyway, NFL, we're both pulling for the Eagles, right? There you go.
Yep.
Just because that color red's on the other side of the field. It's the way it is. I can't help it. So,
Yep.
we also pull with the orange and black. We love coming out here once a month promoting Milligan University. He's your associate athletic director, and so thanks for Christian to come by and talk. I know he's very busy. I know you're busy for that matter. Appreciate you. You're in charge of 31 sports. For example, this weekend, you've got what all's going on this weekend as far as Milligan sports?
This weekend we got baseball at home starting their season.
Yep.
First weekend of the year, playing against Georgetown College, Kentucky, here at Anglin Field. So if you're wanting to come watch some baseball in late January, early February, Anglin Field's the place to be.
Yep.
That's a team last year, Milligan Baseball, that made the national tournament for the first time in program history. So a team with some momentum, and we're hoping to see some more impressive games from them this year. And then also we've got basketball at home on Saturday. We got at 2 and 4 on Saturday, Milligan will be hosting Columbia International. So, and that men's game especially will be a really big one because Milligan lost on the road to CIU. That's their last loss, and it's one of their last, I think, 8 that they've lost, the only one in their last 8. So the Milligan looking for a bounce back in that one. And then going on elsewhere, flag football starts their season on the road down at Point in Georgia. And so they'll start their season on Saturday. Baseball will be Saturday and Sunday with weather that was previously scheduled for Friday, Saturday.
So we're going to have, as a matter of fact, 2 of the ladies that came early in the week, last week, came from the flag football team. Coach Whitten got them to come, and so got 2 more coming Friday Thursday before they head out on Friday to Georgia to, again, last year they went to the big show, didn't they?
Yep.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yep.
Flag football, little old Milligan, 1,200 kids go to the National Flag Football Tournament. Pretty good for the first full year. I mean, Coach Whitten's been out here. He was here part-time 1 year, but the first full year last year, he went from 3 wins to 10 wins and got him into the national tournament.
Yep.
So, little old Milligan, 1,200 kids. So, we're cooking out here, folks. You got some good things going. You got 31 teams you're in charge of.
Yep.
So, in the spring, you will be in charge of keeping us updated, and he will, with softball, baseball, golf, flag football. What else? What am I leaving out?
Track and field.
Track and field.
Cycling will still be going.
Cycling. Soccer done.
Soccer's done. Yep, soccer's
Okay.
done. I think that's our spring sports. Tennis. Yep, tennis as well.
Yeah. So, in any given day, he'll be doing something, but there is no downtime.
Nope.
Every day there's something going on all the way through graduations in early May this year, so all the way through. So, March, April, and the first part of May, he's hopping, on the move. Is this the busiest time of the year for you?
Yes, this is known as crossover season in my profession, and you get emails from SIDs at other places saying, "Hope your crossover season's going all right," all the time.
Yeah.
Just checking on each other, being like, "Hey, make sure you're getting your rest and all that stuff." So it's a busy time.
Yep. Fun time.
Yep.
But
Fun.
it's a busy time.
That's the thing. It's very fun. Love covering all the sports at once, especially in this crossover season when you've got basketball, baseball, softball happening at the same time. It's really cool. Sometimes hectic, but really fun.
Yep. He does a great job. We're glad he's here. And so he is the Associate Athletic Director. Everything you do is on the website. Where's it at?
Yeah, MilliganBuffs.com. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got rosters, schedules, news stories, Player of the Week stories that have been coming out like crazy. Today, there's going to be another one coming out. Emily Horton's going to win Southern States Athletic Conference Women's Bowler of the Week after her 300 and 4th place finish in that tournament. So, yeah, it's really fun. Love doing what I do, and looking forward to continuing for a long time.
Absolutely. We're glad he's here. This is his first year in town, and he's doing a great job. So he replaced Andy Stanko, who went to his home school back in Pennsylvania, which we totally understand that. So next man up's Mr. Brandon. He's here, and his lovely bride. And so volleyball had a good run. So the Deward Walker Trophy, let's talk about that in closing here. The Deward Walker Trophy, tell us what it means, how we get the points, and right now we're number 1, right?
Yeah, so the way how it works is all the sports from the fall, they add them all together, the points that you get for them. So the place that you finish in the regular season standings is how they come up with those points. So our fall sports that counted towards the Dewar Walker sports standings, every single one of them finished in the top 4 in the conference. So when you add those together, our point total is, I think it's at least 20 points higher than the second place team in the standings. So really impressive, and just really is a testament to all that Milligan is and can continue to be.
So we go to Tennessee Wesleyan. Down there a couple of weeks ago, we rode on the bus. We want to do more of that. We are going to do more of that. And so I talked to the SID. Great guy. What's his first name?
Yeah, Chris Berry.
So I said, who do you circle the calendar? Which teams? You all. Okay. He's very matter of fact. He said, Milligan. Everybody wants to take down Milligan.
Oh, yeah.
The reputation we have precedes ourselves and our success and who we are and what we represent. So he just very matter of fact, almost like Andy Reid said, who do you hate the most? He said, Raiders. I said, and he didn't say hate. I said, who do you get fired up? Who do you circle the calendar for? He said, oh, Milligan. No question. So we know going in anywhere that Milligan, orange and black, everybody wants to take us down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. It's built in.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, Montreat comes in here. Their goal is to knock off our basketball teams. Won what, 10 in a row? Is that right, in the conference?
Yep.
Won 10 straight. Our guys have won 7 out of 9. Who do they want to take down? The Buffaloes. So when you beat Milligan in anything, it's a big deal to all these other schools and the 16-team conference which we're in. So, and that's okay. Yep. We welcome the challenge.
Yep.
Bring it on.
It's a good thing. It's good to be hunted.
Yeah.
Being the hunter sometimes is a lot of work.
Yeah. And then this lady coming up next, introduce her. She's right here. Tell us who she is.
Yeah, Courtney Klatt. She is an assistant track coach, assistant cross country. She works with distance runners especially. So she's had a really good collegiate career and has come in and really helped our distance runners so far.
So tell them how good our track and field team is right now.
Very good.
Very good.
Ellen Mary Kearney this last weekend was the United States Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association's Female Athlete of the Week at the national level. So
nationwide,
she set a new program record in the indoor 3,000 meter, which is really impressive. And I know Courtney will love to talk with you about that a little bit more.
Little old Milligan, 1,200 kids. National, what was it again? Emily was what?
She was the United States Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association Athlete of the Week.
There you go, folks. How many schools do you think that's encompassing?
Oh, I mean, it's all NAIA schools. It's the whole entirety of the NAIA. Over 200 institutions.
Yeah, over 200 schools.
Yep.
Number 1, right here, Milligan.
Yep.
Our bowling team, as Coach Hall said, ladies are 13th in the country. Men are 20th in the country. Basketball's getting votes in NAIA this week and have been throughout the season, right?
Yep.
Guys and girls.
Those rankings come out tomorrow, by the way. I'm hoping maybe we'll hop up a little bit.
Yep. We'll have them for tomorrow night's broadcast when we play in Montreat. Swimming, you've heard what swimming's doing. You had the guy and girl swimmer of the week in the conference. So we just keep on trucking. We love it. Chris Lane does a phenomenal job. Of course, track and field is, as Christian alluded to, the athletic director, we don't have a track. Now you think of that. It's like having, the North Carolina Tar Heels being as good as they are. They don't have the Dean Dome. They don't have a place to. So they practice track at Elizabethton track or at the Science Hill track because they don't have a track on campus. And yet we're that successful. So that just tells you the kind of caliber of kids that come here that Chris Lane recruits. And so, as they say, the proof's in the pudding. But it's almost comical to have a program as successful as our track and field is, and yet we don't have a field. We don't have a track to practice on.
Yep.
And yet we get it done. So that's a testament to Chris and his coaching staff, obviously, and certainly the kids, too. It doesn't bother them. Just
absolutely
put us on the bus, go over there and get off and practice and go out on the bus and come back home. It's no big deal. Do what you got to do. All right. We will let you take a skip out. So the Raiders, we got the right coach, you think?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Experience, pedigree.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take a break. By the way, it's Pete Carroll, who has won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks and a national championship with the Southern Cal Trojans. So I read the statistic. The other guys are Barry Switzer, won at Oklahoma and Dallas, Jimmy Johnson, Miami and Dallas. And there's a fourth one, I can't remember who it is, that won in the college and won a Super Bowl ring as well. So Pete Carroll, 73, but young at heart, ready to go to see if he can take The Raiders. Back to the prominence we once were. You and our Raiders fans are just tuning in. Man, it's been a long drought, too. Lawsy mercy. All right, we go from the thorn to the rose next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Smith from Physical Therapy Services, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Things that you do, maybe some things folks don't realize you do at PTS.
So a lot of people think that we hang our hat on sports and providing sports coverage, which we do, and we do a very good job with that. I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but there's a reason that we've been doing this since 1976, and we continue to be the go-to people for this. But some of the things that we treat that people don't realize that we treat is just generalized deconditioning. People that aren't able to get up out of chairs, people that aren't able to work, people that want to be able to go and see their grandkids play sports, but they can't make it from the parking lot into the stadium. So we help people do that. Vertigo. We do a lot of vertigo work and a lot of dizziness work. We're one of the few vertigo from the American Balance Institute, one of the few vertigo clinics within the state of Tennessee. We do a fantastic job with that as well. And the other thing is, because we've been in business for so long, we are very well integrated within the healthcare system of Northeast Tennessee and outside of Northeast Tennessee. So if we can't help you, we can refer you to the right people that can provide you with the appropriate care.
Awesome. A lot of things. Website, how do we find your website? What's there?
PTSTN.net. You'll find our information, contact information. We're currently redoing our website, trying to make it better and updated. Really, the best way to get in touch with us is to call us or stop by, set up for a consultation, and we can point you in the right direction. Whether we're pointing back at us to get you taken care of, or we are pointing you to one of our fellow clinics and fellow physicians.
Phone number is
423-543-0073.
Physical Therapy Services, PTS, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It's exciting Elizabethton Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join the Cyclone Network and yours truly Tuesday night. It's basketball homecoming, crowning basketball homecoming queen for the basketball season against Sullivan East. We'll go on air 6:15 with the Lady Cyclones. Boys game to follow, video and audio. It's homecoming, pretty girls and handsome guys this Tuesday night against Sullivan East. It all starts at 6:15 right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Cyclone basketball. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, last guest of the show. We love coming out here. We come every month promoting what's really going on that's super cool at Milligan University. And, gosh, right now you got to talk track and field. Courtney's here, Courtney Klatt, one of the assistant coaches. Good morning, or actually good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. First time I met you, you had just arrived. You came in here from what, University of Portland, is that right?
Yes.
So how's it going in the transition from coming from a big city like Portland, Oregon? I don't know how big it is. It's got to be bigger than Johnson City. And so to come to Milligan and be on the coaching staff of the track and field team, what's it been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wonderful transition. Yeah, and I think one of the best parts about it has been learning from Coach Lane. And he structured this program so well that the transition was super smooth for me. Great mentoring. The support here is amazing. But yeah, transitioning to the area, it's a much smaller city, but I'm also from South Dakota originally.
Oh.
So it's a little bit closer to my home and my roots. So yeah, it's been seamless.
Chris Lane, he's not here to back this up, but I can promise you, with his resume, he could be anywhere besides Milligan University. He chooses to be here. He is that sought after. He's that well respected. Am I right?
Yes, exactly right.
He is phenomenal. He's been coach of the year multiple times. We got national championship banners hanging up in here from track and field. So how's this year's team going right now?
Yeah, they've been doing really well. I mean, on the cross country side, the men ran their hearts out at the national championships. Most of them ran PRs. We had the fastest team average over 8K that we've ever had in the history of the program. Same on the women's side. They ended up with a second place finish, which just is another testament to how much the program's grown when they walk away with second in the nation, feeling a little disappointed because they didn't win. So it was, I mean, for me watching it, still learning, getting to know the guys, they just ran incredible. Same on the women's side. They finished with the 4th place finish. Our goal for the last few years has just been top 5 in the nation, and they've well exceeded that every year since.
So above us, you can't see it over there, 2021 NAIA Men's Cross Country National Champion, 2021 Cross Country Champion Women. Over here is 2023 NAIA Men's Cross Country National Champion. That's in the last 3 or 4 years. And so this year we get national runner-up. National runner-up out of, what did Brendan just say, over 200 schools NAIA in the country. We're number 2, and it's a disappointment. That's a success, the commitment of excellence, if you will, because Coach Lane's a Raiders fan, too. There's 3 of us on campus, me and Brendan and him. And of course, we couldn't play dead in a Western movie, but we still love the Raiders. But that's their mantra. Mantra is commitment to excellence. And when you are disappointed because you're national runner-up in anything, that tells you we've set the bar pretty high, haven't we?
Exactly.
Yep.
Extremely.
So throw out some names. Again, we're talking to Courtney Klatt, one of the assistant coaches in charge of the distance runners. So throw out some names of some of these youngsters have been doing really good.
Yeah, so you already briefly talked about her on the podcast, but Ellen Mary Kearney on the women's side had a phenomenal year. And then she's starting out the track season really strong. I wanted to touch on some things you guys said about her earlier. She ran, they do a comprehensive top 25 times per event run in the country, all divisions, all levels, every weekend. And this past weekend with her 9:35 3K, she was the 24th fastest women in the country over 3,000 meters.
Wow.
The only NAIA runner in that list. Everyone else was a Division I athlete. So she just ran phenomenal. She ran the race completely solo, all alone. Just another testament to her mental tenacity. And
So when you run these, you made a very good point. Just like Coach Hall's here with the bowling team. We're in with the big boys with bowling. I mean, they throw them all together. We beat Vanderbilt, beat Alabama. We beat the big boys in bowling. So when you said she's in with all these D1 students, athletes too, and she finished 24th in the country up against the D1s and NAIAs, all of these, right? Is that correct?
yes, yep.
Wow, that is awesome. So I want to get some, I know they're in class when we're out here from 11 to 1, but I'd love to get some of these student athletes in here, let you see them, meet them, like you're meeting Courtney here. So it's phenomenal. And Chris Lane heads up the program, does a super job. Who are the other coaches besides yourself to help Chris?
So on the track side, we have Byron Kramer. I
Mhm.
think he was on the podcast earlier this
He
year
was.
as well. And then we have a GA, Maddie Bright. And then one of our strength and conditioning coaches that works with our throwers, Billy Munson. So we have a big staff, some team ups, people that help out with some of the logistics. But it takes a village to do what they've done.
If you could guess how many kids right now, say kids, how many student athletes are on the track and field team, a ballpark number if you had to guess.
I believe we have 110 total between cross country and track, men
There
and
you go,
women.
110 on a 1,200 student campus. So you can do the math. 10% are running track and field or cross country. Where are we right now? We in the indoor season or outdoor season, track and field?
Indoor season.
Indoor,
Yeah. We've got
okay.
our conference meet coming up in a couple weeks.
Yep. We're doing very well right now, aren't we? Indoor track and
Yes,
field?
yep.
And then we switched to outdoor.
Yes.
And then we get going on the outside too. So it's really neat. So what's the coolest part of you coming here from University of Portland as a runner herself, very successful when what she did? You want to brag on yourself a little bit? What you did when you ran?
I'll just throw it sometimes, but yeah, I was a 16:08 5K runner. Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
No big deal. Just 16:08, running 5K. That's picking them up, putting them down. That's pretty good. So she comes, just like Tim Stallings a while ago. Yeah, I'm 2-time national champion, 3-time national runner-up, 18-time All-American. So these kids out here being blessed with some great coaches. So right now, what are we doing at this point? We're getting ready for the conference in a couple of weeks, is that right?
Yes, yep. I'm going to take a small group, about 9 athletes this weekend, up to Roanoke for a meet. We need to get some other qualifying times and some events at the conference meet. So they'll run their qualifying times, and then we'll head over to the conference championships middle of February.
That'll be held where?
JDL Fast Track. It's in Winston-Salem, North
Winston-Salem?
Carolina.
Yep. Going to Winston-Salem for the track and field championship. Then we'll switch gears and go to outdoor, which is a whole other animal, right? So
Yes.
indoor stops and we start outdoor. So it's totally basically two different seasons, right?
Yes.
Indoor. What kind of a break in between indoor and outdoor? Not much.
We roll right through.
Yeah.
Might give them a couple days to reset after the national championships, but outdoor season starts pretty much right after.
I've met you twice for a total of 5 minutes in my life. I'm going to go in. I'm going to ask you. You strike me as somebody that's very driven, very determined, very stubborn. I do pretty good.
I would say that's
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah. I'm thinking, okay, this lady has that look in her eye, like, when I take on something, we're going to be successful, or else we refuse to lose. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
100%.
So, what's the coolest part in closing? What's the coolest part of being a coach now? You ran it. You were a student yourself. Now you're in the coaching ranks. It's your first coaching job.
Mhm.
What's the coolest part of being a coach now for you?
Watching the athletes, I think, is the coolest part. I mean, we talked about Ellen Mary a bunch, but watching her run that 3K, and you could just see on her face every lap when we were telling her splits. She was hoping to run 39 seconds per 200, but she was running 38s, and you could just see it every lap on her face, the amazement that she had in herself and the belief that she had, and I think that's just incredible to watch.
Mm-hmm. And you're I guess a small way or a large way had a part of that being a success. Of course, she's a driven girl too. And I said earlier in the show before you got here, the first person when I started doing these shows out here, the first one I ever met was up on that. She's Hannah Seagraves, who could flat run, and she's in Wales. I think that's where she's at now.
Yep.
She's trying to qualify for the Olympics through her country, and an incredible talent. But I said, how did you get from Wales to Milligan University? She said, the reputation of the school and Chris Lane. So there you go. So he sells the program. He is who he is. He's the national coach of the year multiple times. He could be anywhere. He is here at Milligan. And so recruiting, you're getting ready to hit the recruiting trail. It's not, it's hard, but it's not that hard because Milligan's name kind of opens doors for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, in some cases it does. Yeah, I would say we do have some struggles with being an NAIA school.
Sure.
I think there's some misconceptions out there about you have to be at a Division I NCAA school to run well. But then, like you said, we can point out women like Hannah Seagrave, men like Bryn Woodall, who was our top runner this season for cross country, and say it's not entirely true. So,
No.
yeah.
We've had Bryn Woodall on the show before. We did a show at Chick-fil-A last year, and he came over to the cross-country guys in Elizabeth, and they're incredible and just very matter-of-fact, and they do a great job, and we're glad you're here. So have you gotten used to Portland, Johnson City? It's a little step down as far as it's almost like coming to Mayberry, I guess, to a point, because Portland's a pretty big city, but have you adjusted?
Yeah, I've adjusted really well.
There you go.
It's beautiful here.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you so
Keep
much.
up the good work. We'll talk to you next month and get an update of what's going on. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We've got some sports to tell you about. College basketball, got some NFL news, got all that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Milligan University, the land of the Buffaloes.
It's an exciting doubleheader of Milligan University basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join coaches Phil Worrell and Rich Aubrey this Wednesday night from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, video and audio, as the Montreat Cavaliers come to town from Montreat, North Carolina. The Lady Buffs get it started at 5:15 with a men's game to follow. It's a basketball doubleheader this Wednesday night versus Montreat here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball. It's exciting Elizabeth and Cyclone doubleheader basketball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join the Cyclone Network and yours truly Tuesday night. It's basketball homecoming, crowning basketball homecoming queen for the basketball season against Sullivan East. We'll go on air at 6:15 with the Lady Cyclones. Boys game to follow, video and audio. It's homecoming, pretty girls and handsome guys this Tuesday night against Sullivan East. It all starts at 6:15 right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabeth and Cyclone basketball.
Dan's Barbecue.
We care about our product and we do it all ourselves in-house. I make all the rub, all the sauce, and the reason I got in barbecue is I'm pretty much obsessed with it. I went to college for drafting, but when the economy crashed, I got laid off and ended up opening in 2010, and I've been doing it full-time ever since.
Hours are open?
We're open Tuesday through Saturday. We're open on weekdays 11 to 8 and Friday and Saturdays till 9 p.m.
How do we find you on social media?
My Facebook page, Big Dan's East Tennessee Barbecue. I got somebody working on a website, but it's not ready yet.
And then the phone number is?
423-542-2272, and we're in the third block downtown on the left.
There you go. One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Douglas Sports Show, Big Dan's Barbecue in downtown Elizabethton. And back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Hello to Kathy Campbell, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Got to get you back on here to talk about the Bonnie Kate. She's raising money for the fundraiser for the Bonnie Kate Theater in Elizabeth. Got to get you back on, young lady, sooner than later to talk about that. Top 25 college basketball polls out this week. To no one's surprise, Auburn's the number one team in the country, but Duke breathing down the neck now. It's Auburn, Duke, Iowa State, Alabama, and Florida in the top 5. Then comes Houston, Michigan State, Tennessee down 2 to number 8 in the country. They play tonight against Kentucky. More about that in a moment. 9th is Marquette. 10th is Purdue. 11th is Kansas. 12th is Kentucky. It dropped 3 notches this week. 13th is Texas A&M. 14th, Mississippi State. St. John's, the biggest jump in the poll. Say what you want about Rick Pitino. You may not like the guy. You may not. I mean, he wins everywhere he goes. Louisville, Kentucky, Providence, the Celtics, and now in college, of course, at Louisville. Now he's at St. John's. He's got him 15th in the country. St. John's, biggest jump this week in the polls, up to number 15. 16th is Oregon. 17th is Wisconsin. 18th is Illinois. 19th is Memphis. 20 is Missouri. Memphis had a five spot jump, too. Louisville up 4 to number 21. Texas Tech up 4 to number 20. Ole Miss is 23rd. Vanderbilt up 4 notches. They're now 24th in the country. They're out of the polls last week. And then Dan Hurley, the crazy guy on the sideline, the UConn coach, they dropped 6. The biggest drop this week. They go down to number 25 in the country. Who plays where tonight? Well, the obvious, as we told you, Tennessee on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Tennessee at number 8 in the country, hosting Kentucky at the Food City Center in Knoxville, formerly Thompson Bowling Arena. Now it's the Food City Center. 15th ranked St. John's, we just talked about them, playing at Georgetown tonight. 21st ranked Louisville hosting Wake Forest. Number 7 Michigan State home to Minnesota. 11th ranked Kansas, the Jayhawks tonight hosting Central Florida. 9th ranked Marquette will be at Butler, and 13th ranked Texas A&M hosting Oklahoma tonight in men's top 25 college basketball. So again, whether you like the guy or not, some don't like him. He got in trouble at Louisville and all the stuff that came down there. You know, here's the thing. He can coach. And now he's taking St. John's. They're in the 15th in the country and going up. First year they were terrible. And once he got his thumbprint and fingerprint on the program, as it has everywhere else, I like Rick Pitino. I like what he does. I like his coaching philosophy. His personal life, it's between him and the Lord, but what he did or didn't do. But anyway, on the court as a coach, between the lines, he can do it, and he's doing it again at St. John's. National Hockey League tonight. Who skates where? Predators off tonight. Boston skates at Buffalo. Montreal home to Winnipeg. Chicago, the Blackhawks at Tampa Bay. The Rangers hosting Carolina. The Islanders, Colorado. Washington skates at Calgary. Vegas home tonight to Dallas. And Anaheim will be at Seattle tonight in the National Hockey League. As we were talking earlier in the show about the officiating and the questionable calls, they are having a annual college football officiating meeting that begins Monday in Dallas. They are going to be talking about the obvious, targeting. How do you get a definitive template for targeting? And it's easier said than done. You're in a football game. It's on the move all the time. And it's like you got a split second, got people going here and everywhere. You know, watching a football game, how it goes. And so you have to make a split decision quickly, whether that was targeting or not. They missed it a couple of times. And so, you know, that's one of the big topics. Also, they're talking about possibly getting a full-time, going full-time, generating the revenue, and they've got the money in college sports. Let's face it. They got big bucks. They can pay athletes $2 and $3 and $7-8 million to throw and catch a football. They should have money in the kitty to substantiate a full-time officiating pool, I guess, of officials they can go to instead of part-time guys. Is what these all are. They have other jobs and they still officiate on Saturdays, and so that's one of the talks is to get them to the point where they can have a full-time officiating pool of folks to pull from. So we'll see how that goes. They are going to meet starting on Monday in Dallas, and that's some of the topics. Tonight, high school basketball. Who plays where tonight? These are double headers. Dobbins Middle hosting Gate City. Knox Catholic will be at West Ridge. Science Hill hosting Jeff County. Crockett will be at Unicoi County. North Green at Cherokee. Greenville will be at Claiborne tonight. Hampton, the Bulldogs at South Green. Big matchup there. The Bulldogs and the Rebels at South Green. It's a tough place to play. Warriors Hill, Happy Valley hosting Chucky Doak. Johnson County at West Green. Unaka plays at Cosby. And Providence Academy at Lakeway Christian. That is the games there. In Virginia, you have Twin Springs and Rye Cove tonight. That speaks of itself. That's the bragging rights of Scott County. Twin Springs, the Fighting Titans, and the Rye Cove War Eagles will play. Again, that'll be going on tonight at Rye Cove. So our game, again, is homecoming. Pretty girls and handsome guys. Sullivan East coming to town. Lady Cyclones started at 6:15. Then the guys will pick up right after that, back-to-back. We'll do a doubleheader. And in between there at some point, we'll do video and audio. Will be the crowning of the homecoming queen this year for the Elizabeth and Lady Cyclones and guys games tonight and homecoming for basketball in general for 2024-2025. So there you go. That's going to do it from here. Great show. Thanks to Brendan setting all this up. All I have to do is sit down and ask questions. He did a wonderful job. Starting with Bill Robinson, the men's basketball coach, our bowling coach, Coach Hall, the assistant coach, or head coach. Bowling, great job. Tim Stallings, the swim coach. 2-time national champion, 3-time national runner-up, 18-time All-American, now the coach of a red-hot swim team here in Milligan. Again, the bowling team, as he said, the ladies are 13th in the country, guys are 20th in the country. Swimming teams right now, number 1 in the league, both guys and girls, number 1 in the conference. It just keeps going on and on. Then you had, as you heard Courtney talk about, the track team and the young lady who finished 24th in the country in that 5K. It goes on and on and on. Chris Lane has won more. How many times has he been National Coach of the Year? A ton. Chris Lane's won a bunch of them, hasn't he? Coach of the Year, track and field coach. So anyway, that's why we come here. Of course, also our athletic director, Christian Pope, popped in, and, he's on the move, going between meetings. And so just want to say thanks. We love coming out here. It's an incredibly cool place. It's, as I said, you start all the games with a prayer, usually led by a student athlete, opens all the ball games with prayer. And then after the game, whether you've won by 20, lost by 20, whether it's been a blowout or it was a hotly contested game, they all go out here in the court, circle, hold hands, and pray to end it. We wonder why we don't have any skirmishes at Milligan, because they get it. We want to win, but when it's over, it's over. Sports should be one spoke in the wheel of life for all of us. For some folks, sports is the only spoke in the wheel of life, and you got it all wrong, because that's not the way it is. It's not the way it should be. So at Milligan, we love winning. We do a lot of it, but we also keep it in check because we know it is what it is. So we like winning, but it's not the cure-all, end-all to what we do. Let's wrap it up. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man hung on the cross. Isaiah 41:13 says, "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you." Whew. For I am the Lord your God. It's a promise from him, not me, not Brendan, not Christian Pope, from God himself. For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. Everybody's going through something. The late Charles Stanley said we're all going through one of 4 things. Financial, there's more money than there is money. There's a relationship problem. You're mad at somebody's mad at you. You're not getting along with this one. Husband's mad at wife. Wife's mad at the kids. Grandkids mad at the grand picket. Somebody's upset with somebody. A medical situation. Bad report. Something's not going right. Someone's sick or in poor health. It's not going the way it should. That's the third one. The fourth one is the spiritual. Someone they draw the last breath will not be in heaven, because they've not made the decision to allow the Lord to come into their life. So one of those 4 things, maybe all 4, everybody's dealing with one of those 4, guaranteed. This is the way it is. So he says, do not fear, I will help you. Good way to end it, Isaiah 41:13. Back tonight, 6:15 airtime, Lady Cyclones and Lady Patriots, and the guys to follow for homecoming at John Treadway Gym. Back here tomorrow night for Milligan and Montreat, going on there at 5:15 with the pregame, 5:30 tip-off. The Lady Buffs, winners of 10 in a row, they are red, smoking hot, led by J.C. Jenkins from Gray, Tennessee, who can fill it up. Lauren Longmire, Samaj from Oak Ridge. They can play, folks. They're fun to watch. You'll see it video and audio tomorrow night. And the men get in here, and they'll get with it. They won 7 out of 9. Both teams have big games tomorrow night here at Steve Lacy Fieldhouse. So if you don't have anything to do tomorrow night, either come watch it in person or certainly watch it. And the beauty of what we do, you can go back and watch it anytime. You can go back and watch. We got anything we do is for 10 years. You can go back. You may have to go back and dig and find it, but anything we do, you can go back and watch it and like it and share it and send it on to somebody else. It's cool to do that. So back tonight, we'll have it ready to go at 6:15 with Lady Cyclone basketball. Until then, as we wrap up show number 2,224, we'll tell you as always, bloom where you're planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching today's show live from Milligan University, ultra successful university, 1,200 kids cranking out championships and awards week after week after week. And we love being part of the Buffalo family. See you back at 6:15 for Cyclone basketball. Till then, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2224 of the Top